Hi, everyone. It's psychic medium Danielle Garcia with your energy forecast for the week of September 21st. Happy autumn equinox, everyone. So lots of different vibes going on this week, as there always is. Today, when I tapped in and looked at the Schumann resonance, thank God it's only vibing at a 14. There were so many spikes last week. I know a lot of us were having issues with that on a physical as well as just a momentum kind of a level. So knock on wood, let's hope everything stays nice and at a 14 or lower would be super awesome, right? Autumn equinox, this is all about reflection, going within, working on deep healing. Think about self-care. Where are you at on that? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you doing your due diligence to make sure that you're okay and are not giving out more energy than you're receiving back? Want to make sure that we're at a good harmonic balance here. And I know for a lot of empaths and sensitives, that's not always an easy thing to do. It's also about setting intentions on how you want the next 3 months to play out. And it's looking back on the previous 3 months. Where are you at on your plans, your goals, your manifestations? How have your dreams changed, or how have they remained the same? It's also a time right now to honor your mind, body, and soul. So make sure that you're eating good foods, getting sleep, taking care of yourself, reaching out and connecting, meditating, going for a walk, whatever your thing is, just to up that trifecta of taking care of mind, body, and soul. Today, there is a convergence of planetary energies. There's a convergence of the energies of the moon, the sun, and 4 other planets. So it's a big, high vibe kind of frequency coming in. Why did they make me just do that? I don't even know. Okay, not even going to try to imitate that. Today is time for big shifts. Shifts, people. I enunciated it correctly. As well as it is time for big focus. It's a great time to release. It's a great time to dig deep and see, okay, this isn't working so well for me. What do I need to do to change this? It's a time to stay centered and grounded. Not always so easy for some of us when we're going through, big shifts, myself included. So the more that we can ground, the more that we can bring ourselves to center, the easier it is to deal with things going on in the world around us and within us, right? The veil is incredibly thin right now. Incredibly thin. So along with that, emotions are very, very high. It's a good time to work on connecting with your guides, your angels, your spiritual team. Make sure that you're taking time every day to connect, to reach out, to pray, to meditate, to affirm that you are connecting with them, that you are opening up that door for them. A lot of people think that, okay, well, if there's angels and guides out there, then why didn't I win the lottery? Or why am I suffering so much? Remember, we have to get to that point of asking them for their assistance. They don't just dive right in and take over our health or our finances or our love life. We have to ask for assistance with that. They're big on free will as well as they should be, because if they're running your life, then why are you here in the first place, right? This is our opportunity to learn how to connect and to partner with those higher beings so that they can show us information that we can't see for ourselves. It is also a good time to make sure that you're in a practice of gratitude. Gratitude, the more you are grateful, the more you have to be grateful for. It really is a beautiful vibe and a beautiful energy that we send out to the universe. So what are you doing today to show gratitude? Are you paying it forward? Are you giving your prayers of thanks? Are you realizing just how much you have in your life? Are you helping someone else because you are so abundant? What are you doing today to create that practice of gratitude? And what are you grateful for today? It's the time this week to look at things, even as difficult as it may be, to see and decipher through those things that have been bothering us, those core inner woundings, and to look for the gift in those things. Now, not everybody can accept that there's a lesson and a gift in every situation, no matter how hard or difficult it is, but yet there is. Even in my darkest hours, in the darkest times in my life, I've been going through it and allowing myself to feel and allowing myself to express. And once I get through a certain level of feeling, then there's something that comes forward for me, and not always readily. But okay, what did I learn from this? How did I grow? What's the gift for me in this? No matter how dark, dismal, and ugly it is, what is it that I learned? And sometimes it's simply knowing that, you know what, I'm never going to repeat this again, or I'm never going to trust that person again, or I'm never going to go down that path again. Sometimes just that alone is the gift and the lesson. And when you can come to that realization, it is so much easier to move on from whatever that situation is. This week is also about mental clarity. So make sure that you are feeding your brain. Do different things. Create different patterns. Create different routes, different ways of going. Drive a different way to work. Take a different jog. Move through the gym in a different way for those of us that actually can still go into gyms. Whatever that might be. Take the stairs at work as opposed to the elevator. Do something different. Puzzles. Crosswords, all kinds of things, just to stimulate your brain. Make sure you're staying hydrated. There's a lot of, heaviness going on in this week. So there's heaviness, but there's also a lot of light. Heaviness in regards to things coming around and creating a resistance to mental clarity. So it's time to clear out the cobwebs. It's time to stimulate our brain functions, whether you can do that with breathing, with yoga, with creating new synaptic pathways in your brain by doing something different in your routine. Even if that's as simple as in the shower, you normally shampoo your hair first, and now you decide to do that last. That actually, believe it or not, creates a different pathway in your brain, because your brain has the expectation that, oh, well, you've done it this way for the last 382 days, now you're going to just keep doing it that way. So every time you change things up, you're stimulating your brain. So think on that one. I've decided to do something a little different with the card reading today. I'm combining two different decks. So normally all of my decks are pretty, light, bright, and beautiful. I'm picking a little bit of a darker deck today to work with because it has to do with working with your shadow. Shadow is something that many of us are fearful of, but shadow to me, it's just part of the package. When we take time to look at those darker bits of ourselves and realize, again, what's the gift? What have I learned from this? We further our evolution. We further our own soul growth by realizing that, we're not perfect. We're human. We have dark and light within us, and we can learn from both. So this deck is called the Dark Mirror Oracle Cards by Laura Sava. There's that one. And I will be combining it with my favorite deck by Sandra Ann Taylor, the Energy Oracle Cards. So, first card I'm going to draw is from the Dark Mirror, and I just got these in. I just started working with them this past weekend, and I might bring these out for Halloween readings. Who knows? All right, so the first card, Hiding Your True Self. Okay, check out this one, Hiding Your True Self. What are you doing that is hiding your truth? Are you not speaking your truth? Are you not living your truth? Are you not telling people what your truth is? How does that hinder you? By hanging out in the shadow of that, that can cause a lot of different things, whether it's mental disclarity, whether it's a feeling of shame or guilt, whether it manifests in your throat chakra because you're not speaking your truth, you're not being honest. All sorts of different things can happen when we hide our true selves. What can you do this week to be authentic and true? The next card that I pull is from the Energy Oracle, and this is the door to personal healing and happiness. Just so interesting the way that these all line up, right? No coincidence. So as we work on the healing, we're opening up that door to personal healing and happiness. I love, love, love this card. You know, the doors are open. There's a dove here, which represents to me peace and tranquility. There's water flowing, so that is fluidity, release, transmuting, going with the flow. So by letting go and releasing that block of hiding our truth, we can move into more happiness, more healing. Because I don't really believe that you can heal fully and completely if you're holding back on yourself. And we hold back every time that we are not authentic and true. Looks like we're going with the theme right now. I'm getting chills on this one. This one's called Forgetting Oneself. Okay, look at this guy or chick, I'm not sure. You know, wearing a mask, kind of in the background here. I'm pretty sure this is a man. You know, not looking so happy either. And there's all these clouds and stuff moving around in the background. So when we forget ourselves, we are not aligning with our power. We are not aligning with Creator. Because how could we forget Creator, right? Creator is constant and Creator is inside of us. We are made of Creator. So when we forget to honor ourselves, we are not honoring Source as well. And it's a big part of self-care when we believe that we have to sacrifice for other people or other experiences, other situations, and we're not taking care of ourselves. Well, then we really, really, really can't take care of that situation energetically, emotionally, mentally, or physical 100% because we're forgetting about ourselves. Next card is coming from the Energy Oracle. This is Woman Holding a Heart. Okay, check her out. Woman Holding a Heart. This to me also represents self-love. It represents the divine feminine, nurturing, self-expression, kindness, compassion, unconditional love. So looking at this very simple spread with these two different decks, we go from hiding your true self to door to personal healing and happiness, forgetting oneself to woman holding a heart. Yeah, they want to draw one more for clarity. Kind of tells a story though, right? If you're holding back, you need to make sure that you release so that you can open up to that full capacity of your abundance and healing and happiness. If you're holding back on yourself, then you're creating a block for that. And it's time to embrace those parts of us, that deep heart within us that is connected to Source, so that we may be free and that we can embrace that divine feminine also that is, I love it when things fly out of the deck, compassion and understanding and kindness and unconditional love. Wow. So much in this card. This one's called Anger and Chains. Lots and lots of stuff going on in here, right? Lots of chaos. So if we look at this card in reference to the other ones that were drawn, anger and chains, our own resentment, our own fear, our own madness, as they're calling it, holds us back from greater good. If we look at this in conjunction with where we're at here in the month of September, which is an imprint of the energies that presented back in March. Where has anger and chains got us since March? It's time to look at that individually and also as a collective. I really want you to think about that. This one's just given me chills over and over and over and over again. What has changed for the positive since March? And what hasn't? And what things haven't changed? Can you change? Think long and hard on that one, and I hope you have a blessed week.